Good job,
All right,
guys.
we were doing this.
That was really good.
Nah, we were doing this.
What?
All right, we're starting this again. Hey, guys.
What?
Don't we have
3, 2, 1.
Hello, familia, and welcome to SHPEcast Session 2. Today we will be interviewing two IBOR members. So the first one is going to be a very happy person that brings a lot of happiness and joy to her familia, and also very interactive with other people. Thanks to his networking skills, we were able to get many companies to sponsor SHPE. And the second person is a person who loves NASA and space, who wants to give as much as possible to our community for all the opportunities and resources that we're getting. So please, familia, let's welcome our Vice President, Antonio Rodriguez, and our Community Outreach, Roberto Sainz.
Hi, everyone.
Can you sit and then
Can you
say hi,
guys see me?
everyone?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, can you even see me from here?
Yes.
Okay.
From
Hi,
here?
everyone. Hi, Oscar. Thank you for having us.
And hi, Rob.
Hey, Oscar, how's
How
it
you guys
going?
doing?
It's going great.
Nice. Are you guys excited?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
super excited.
Okay. So for all members that are wondering why we took so long to record this session, is because it was really hard to to find a time where we were all going to be together to record.
Yeah.
So Antonio, can you introduce yourself? Where's your major? A little bit of your background.
Yeah, of course. So again, my name is Antonio Rodriguez. I'm the vice president for this current NJIT SHPE chapter. My background would be, my family is Ecuadorian. I was born here. I'm 21 years old and I'm a civil engineering major. And yeah, that's me.
Okay. Rob, can you tell us a little bit about you and your background?
Yeah, so my name is Roberto Sainz. You can just call me Rob. I'm the Community Outreach Director here at NJIT SHPE. Focus on all of the external and internal volunteering events, from tutoring to organizing inventories at soup kitchens or other organizations. In addition to this, I'm a mechanical engineering student with an expected graduation date of May 2024. And yeah, parents are from Mexico, so I am Mexican American, and that's pretty much it.
Yep. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
And Antonio, tell us why SHPE.
So I chose SHPE because I originally joined as a committee member, and as a committee member, I saw this group of people kind of interacting and working together as a family to help the entire NJIT community grow professionally. And I didn't even know about the opportunities that were available to me until I joined SHPE. So it was just a great way to incorporate myself into the professional field, and I feel like I grew a lot since then. So I'm very grateful that I joined SHPE. And even before that, I just wanted to join a club or organization that I felt identified with. So just going into an organization that had a lot of Hispanic people that shared the same culture as me, and even the language as well, Spanish. It just felt amazing to be around those type of people. So I really got the most of it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great. What about you, Roberto?
A lot of what Ant said, actually. So I transferred from Passaic County Community College, and I found out about NJT SHPE, I believe, a few years ago, and I attended the RLDC. We held an RLDC here at NJIT. This is back in 2019, I think, or 2020. So that was my first experience with what SHPE was. I did know that they focus a lot on professional development, so for resume reviews, mock interviews, etc., just to prepare our members to become professionals once we graduate. And I did have friends from high school who were current eBoard members or just very active members, and I knew that I wanted to become involved with school because back in my community college I wasn't too involved. And yeah, I have really changed the reason why I became part of SHPE over time. So at first it was really to develop myself professionally, and then over time it kind of developed into really wanting to positively impact my community. And so I participated a lot in volunteering opportunities as well as scheduling them, organizing them with other organizations off campus. And yeah, it's been great, actually, very great.
Yeah, pretty cool. And can you talk a little bit about your timeline in SHPE? When do you join? When you become a member, and how do you step up to becoming a vice president?
Yeah, so I originally was like a committee member, and I was kind of like not too into SHEP. Well, like, I mean, I wasn't like as active, I mean, in SHEP, and that was about like a year and a half ago. And the only reason why I got more into it is because my friend at the time, who is our secretary now, she would like invite me to the events and stuff. So at first I was kind of just going in like to the events, seeing how it is here and there. But then she was like telling me more about like joining a committee and stuff like that. So I eventually like started joining the committee, and I started talking more to the e-board members at the current time. And from there, like I guess I got along with them really well. That they had an empty position for the public relations e-board spot. So then they offered it to me, and I took it. So when I took that position, my whole world changed. Like I was like, okay, now I'm more involved in SHEP, and I started getting more responsibilities, and I started seeing, okay, like how we were working together as a team. And then from there, I just started going in with the organization, and then I loved it so much that I ran for the vice president position, and now we're here. You know.
Yep. Rob, same question to you.
So your question is my timeline from when I began here as a
Yeah.
SHEP member and then where I'm at now.
Yeah, how you got to the outreach
Okay,
position.
bad. Ooh, that is a pretty loaded question, but I'll try to summarize it as much as I can. I officially became a SHEP member back in the fall of 2021. Again, I knew people, so I was just trying to become involved, and I found out that we had a sector in NJIT SHEP that focuses on volunteering, and that's something that I'm pretty passionate about just because of a lot of past experiences and seeing my mom and my grandma really show lots of leadership and a lot of caringness towards their community and those who needed help. And eventually I realized, oh, I should really give back to the community. And I saw, again, everything that my mom and grandma did. And so I was like, okay, I should really make the most out of that and try to convey this in my own way at the chapter. And so I joined Taylor's, who was the original outreach director back at that time, her committee, which is the outreach committee. And I did a lot of tasks from, again, organizing a lot of volunteering opportunities, the logistics behind it too, researching for really good opportunities as well that would really benefit the Newark community. And I kept doing that. I worked a bit with some of the marketing stuff. So any advertisement that you might have seen in fall of 2021 was probably behind it too. And over time I realized, wow, this is something I really want to commit to, something I really want to change and improve. And that actually gave birth to a bunch of the stuff we were doing. So for one, we raised over $600 for a charity, really an organization known as the New Jersey Consortium for Immigrant Children, which really aims to better the conditions for immigrant children living in New Jersey, and also creating a tutoring program, which focuses on helping children ages 5 through 18 really overcome the difficulties of online learning caused by COVID-19. And it's been pretty awesome just managing all of these different projects, and really very fun time.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now that you started with that topic, we know that we have elections coming soon. So for all the members that might be interested in your position, Rob, can you explain a little bit of what you do as a community outreach?
Oh boy. So
Try to summarize.
Yeah,
I know it's really long.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. So your question is, what exactly is it that they'll be doing next academic year, or
What do you do as community outreach? What
Okay.
are like your main responsibilities as community outreach?
Main responsibilities: overseeing the tutoring program with the Newark Public Library, networking with organizations on a weekly basis, making sure that we have the right amount of students coming in as tutors to help out. In addition to this, overseeing another, I guess, a subgroup which focuses on the charity research, because we do want to continue really helping towards causes in New Jersey, specifically towards Hispanic immigrants. And a lot of networking, a lot of I guess, project management at that point, making sure tasks are met on time, and meeting up with members and committees just to make sure that everything's running smoothly.
Yep. So, if you guys like those type of things, helping out our community and making sure that we're giving back to our community in New Jersey, hit up Rob. He's going to help you with all that. And again, we're preparing all our members that are interested in our positions to make sure they are ready for next year. What about you, Antonio? Talk about a little bit of what you do as vice president.
Yeah, but before you go into me, I just want to say Rob does a very good job at what he does. Like,
Yeah, he
I'd say
does.
one of my favorite events that Rob's like coordinated was like the cleanup that we did at a beach. I mean, where was it again?
Beach
Beach
sweeps?
No, like where was it though?
I don't know, some beach. I forgot.
You don't know the beach you said?
No, I wasn't the one
Anyways.
driving. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
take back that he does a good job. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like stuff like that. So hopefully, like the next upcoming e-board member that's in your position, sets up awesome events like that. So,
Yep.
but anyways, now going back to what I do. So kind of similar to Rob in the aspect of networking. I do network a lot with companies and you could say like superiors with the main focus of like trying to get sponsorships for SHPE. I attend a lot of meetings with our president for saying like sponsors so that we can get money for the conference or what else or for like the gala, for like big events such as those that help our students like grow professionally. I'd say one of my most successful moments as vice president was when we were able to secure a sponsorship with the civil engineering department here at NJIT, and they awarded us $10,000 for the students to attend the national conference that we had last semester. So that was a very big, very helpful to us, and it was very beneficial to the students because a lot of them got internships and full-time opportunities, and stuff like that I'd say is like a responsibility of the vice president to make sure that that most of the students are getting like benefited from like these companies and like that we network with them and we have this constant relationship with them because at the end of the day we both benefit from them. Like the company benefits from us and we benefit from the company because we're trying to give them we're trying to train like our upcoming engineers and like upcoming major whatever professional you are to enter into the workforce. And then aside from that, aside from like networking, I also do like projects aside from that, like kind of like if I have some extra time now because we're kind of like a bit slow on the like networking. So I picked up an opportunity with the American Society of Civil Engineers and the Civil Engineering Department again, where we're working on like fundraising for SHPE, we're selling stuff at the store with them, so we're kind of like doing a collaboration with them, and with the money that we make from there, it's gonna help us here at SHPE like get more opportunities for our students here, like say sponsor them for the conference, for the gala, or even give them like some nice shirts or something, like small merchandise, stuff like that, just to like help our members. So yeah.
Yep, and Antonio is a really good networking person.
Aw,
Something that we
thank you.
did last semester was reverse career fair. We both before
yeah.
the career fair that we had
You went to that?
NJIT.
Yeah.
It was Diego, Antonio, and I, and it was basically companies coming to the orgs and society and us trying to make sure that they stay with us and they can help us as much as they can. And Antonio here did a great job. We ended up winning, I think, second place.
Oh yeah, we won
for
second
Global.
place. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Let's
got that
go.
award, it was really nice.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so to close this section a little bit, if you guys don't know what SHPE is, we're the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. And if you want to know a little bit more about us, what we do, and all the opportunities that we have, please watch the previous video, SHPEcast Session 1, where I was interviewing Laura, the president of her organization, and she explains everything that we do and why it's so important to join SHPE. Again, something that is very important, we're not only a society for Hispanic or engineers. This society is open for every single student at NJIT because the amount of opportunities and resources that we have is for everyone at NJIT. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
the amount of people that come to tabling events and we're like, you know what SHPE is? They're like, oh, yeah, but I'm not Hispanic or I'm not an engineer. I'm like, you don't have to. Like we have a pretty diverse organization here. So definitely you're gonna find like a nice little group here. So nice little familia, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to piggyback off on that. Like I thought I was like a very weird
Can you try to get a
personality.
little bit closer
You're
to,
pretty
to,
weird.
to the mic?
I'd say like I'm pretty. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say like when I was first entering college, like I didn't really know like where I fitted in, and the last place I thought was gonna be like the Hispanic professional, or sorry, the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, but these people really made me feel like welcome at home. So I appreciate it, and you don't have to be Hispanic or an engineer to join the organization. You know, just come by, talk to us anytime you want.
Yep. And well, today, besides all that we already have to talk about, we have a very important topic, which is balancing life in general, like life as a student, as a worker, as part of a society and stuff like that. And that's why we have Antonio and Rob here, because they have a lot of things going on right now, and they are doing a pretty good job of balancing all this stuff. So let's start with you, Antonio. Or we you two.
I'm actually curious about Rob, because
who-
I want to know what he's
can
doing.
answer these-
I haven't seen Rob in a very long time, and I
Okay.
miss him.
Okay, so
Do you-
So
wait, do
the
you miss
question
me
is
now?
going to be,
Do you miss me?
no.
Okay.
I need some time off.
Wow. Okay.
It's a break.
so any of you
wanna start?
can answer this question, or if you two want to
So how do
give a little bit of information about this. Why do you guys think it's important to have a really good balance as a student, as a college student especially?
That's such a loaded question. Okay, so balance. Damn, that is such a loaded question. Okay, so it's extremely important to have at least some sense of balance, for the reason that it's kind of like that's.
How about you start off by saying how are you currently balancing your like academic life and your personal life, and
Right.
how it's been working out for you so far? Because it looks like you've got a good grasp on it.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. I don't know who's
Like,
been
who invited
saying, who's
him
been
to this
spreading.
podcast?
I know. I was like, me? You're asking me?
Yeah, many people were
Okay.
rooting for you around. So
Okay, well, here I'll just briefly say what I am doing right now. Maybe that might give some insight. So, last semester I was working part time at a restaurant. I was overseeing a lot of the community outreach responsibilities, and as well as being a full time student. So that's pretty much the same at the moment, just that I do think that it is now more project management related now. And I believe that it is a lot more difficult, just because now you have to oversee students in your committee and making sure that things are getting done in time. And if not, how can you mitigate that? So I personally think that this semester is a bit more rigorous, just because I am working on another team as well, which I am directing for a competition. And the way that I've been able to manage a work life is actually through writing what has to be done. So if I have a deadline for something, okay, what are tasks that I need to do in order to be able to meet this deadline? And then I really write those tasks out, how to break them down. If I need help, I delegate it to a committee member. Or if I need help really understanding or managing this, I would ask any board member that is available at the time. And really just, it's kind of like a weird give and take relationship with the e-board, because sometimes someone does need help and someone helps them out. And then when someone else needs help, we usually try to make sure we can help them out so that we don't fall behind with any of the other things, which it's pretty crazy. But once you have a grip on and can really visualize what needs to get done and by when, you can start seeing, okay, now that I have these things set in front of me, I have this amount of time left to, I don't know, study, maybe goof around with others, or I don't know, chill out for a bit, and then go back to what needs to get done, and just keep repeating this for every single thing, and that should get you to some level of balance.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you're a student in college. You say you're currently working. You also are the community outreach for SHPE. What other activities do you have besides that?
Yeah, so for the working part, I did mention that I am leading a 7-member team for a competition for the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, and it's essentially a competition where we have to get people off the surface of Mars and into a 5 solar day parking orbit. and it is currently in the beginning stages. We did just start earlier this week, but yeah, that would be it at the moment.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool. What about you, Antonio? Can you talk a little bit of all the activities that you do
Yeah.
besides like being a college student, being part of SHPE?
I don't want to go on a rant like I did last time because we recorded this last time and then I accidentally just started going off.
Yo, you're not supposed to say that.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so, well, actually answering the question of how I balance it, I would say, so I use Google Calendar. I just write down everything that I need to. Like, usually when someone asks me, oh, can you do this for me like tomorrow or like this weekend? I'm like, hold up, let me check my calendar. And I check my calendar. And if it fits, it fits, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I think Google Calendar is like very important. And in terms of like what I'm doing, like in terms of balancing like work and like personal life and school. So currently, just like Rob, I'm a full-time student. I'm also technically, legally a father because I adopted my two younger siblings. Because over the summer my mom passed away, so it did kind of become hard for me to. But just even mentally, like, kind of come back. Okay, like I got to keep on moving because the world keeps turning, you know. So it was hard to just even grasp that. So apart from that, I also, like I said, I'm the vice president of SHPE, and I'm also very heavily involved in the American Society of Civil Engineers. So I do a lot, but I try to divide my time with like I said, the calendar. It does get kind of hectic sometimes with all the responsibilities, but I think another important thing is to just ask for help when you need it. Especially, I'd say also in terms of mental health, also if you need help with that. Like, I've honestly never gone to a therapist, but I have gone to my doctor, and that's also something I dealt with even before my mom passed away. Like my entire like academic career, I had issues like with like depression and stuff like that. So when the whole thing with my mom happened, like I had to continue like, you know, I had to increase like my dosage of medication I was taking. So yeah, it's like a lot of stuff that's happening. And even now, like sometimes just to study, like I stay in school till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I come back home like at that time, and then I wake up like at 6 or 7, and then, you know, I go back to my routine. So it is a lot, but at the end of the day, I think it's worth it. And I think that you know, it's at the end of the day, it's for like a goal to reach a dream that I have, you know.
Yeah,
so
and the outcome
it's gonna be worth it. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be worth it.
It's going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
that's definitely.
and it's very rewarding, you know. Like you see people like Rob or Oscar like coming to school every day. Like it's very like, you know, rewarding to see like to come back to a community and just, you know, that could support you and stuff. So yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, definitely good.
Yeah.
So just to go back a little bit to the question that I was asking, why it's important of balancing our lives in general. We all want to be successful in as much as possible, and one of the things and problems that we might have later on is that we can be more focused on studying and being a really good student, and then if we are not able to balance our life, then we're going to start lacking in other stuff. If you're working, you're going to start lacking of your work. You're going to be doing the things that you're supposed to do. If you have responsibilities at home or things in this category, then you're going to start lacking in those aspects. Or at the contrary, maybe we are more focused on work, and then our grades start going down, and that's another huge problem that you're going to have at the end. So making sure that you have a really good balance and understanding of the things that you have to do, how things are important, what things require more focus in your end, is a really good beginning to start having a really good balanced life, which is really important for all of us. So I know you already talked about a little bit of how you use Google Calendars to schedule everything that you have to do. I'm guessing, Rob, you also use...
my entire thing is
Right.
everything, even micromanage, like wake up, get ready, commute, study, meeting, etc. It's literally all packed. Yeah.
And the good thing is that we have nowadays all these tools to set up meetings, schedule things, and be really organized, which takes a long time because, especially on my end, I have to sit for an hour at least every week and put everything that I have to do on my schedule, so I know that I'm not messing everything up. So use those tools. You already know that Rob and Ann are really good at doing these type of things. So if you need help with that, you can anytime come by the office or talk to us, and we can help you to get to that point where you're really organized. Hello again. We had to take a little break because it's really hot in this room, and we need
Sorry.
to change a few things. Okay, so we'll stop in again. If you guys need any help getting a little bit more organized and stuff like that, hit us up. We're here to help. We're a familia. Everything that we do is towards the goal of making you successful as a student and as a professional. So, guys, what other tips do you guys use or have to get a really good balanced life?
Let me start. So there was something I forgot to mention, but just because so going back to you have tasks in front of you and you figure out like portions of the day where you can do things, sometimes you're going to realize that, oh, I wasn't able to meet all of the things I wanted to do today. And so that's going to happen a lot. And so the best way to do to mitigate this or really overcome this issue is actually, at the end of the day, at least this is what I do. I look back at what didn't get done and really just go through why it didn't get done. Maybe I spent too much time studying for this one class or too much time doing homework assignment. I write that down, and then I start changing the amount of time I actually spend towards a class or towards a task, and really change that every other day or throughout the week. And then I have all of these notes now by the end of the week, and then I start changing my next week's schedule based on these things, and just really to take into account all of the things that didn't allow me to finish these things so that I have a better week next week, and then I continue fine-tuning it every single week. So it's very tedious managing your time, but I strongly feel that that is probably the most important takeaway from college. On the side of, in addition to having the technical stuff being taught to you, learning these professional skills, learning how to manage your time properly, how to manage tasks, projects, etc., are one of the biggest key points in addition to also networking. So definitely work on these skills so that you aren't too overwhelmed once you're out of college.
Yeah, and that has a lot of to do with something that I recently started doing. That is like every day have the daily tasks written down of the things that you have to do. Even if you know already that you're not gonna be done with that task that day, just write it down so you know what you're supposed to get done by the day. And getting those tasks done in the period amount of time that you have during the day, you're gonna feel a little bit of reward because you are stepping up whatever task you have to do. And at the end, as Rob said, then you can meditate on the things that you were not able to finish and do something for the next day so you can improve that and try to get ahead of the things that you have to do.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah. What about you, Ann?
I want to piggyback off of that and say that yes. So prioritization is very important, and also like reviewing, I guess, what you have to do like maybe the next day. Like before I go to sleep, sometimes I just see, okay, what am I gonna do for tomorrow, and I kind of just try to prioritize. Okay, maybe what's important, what's kind of not important. But aside from that, if it's on my calendar, it's probably important. So, but yeah, I just try to review like, okay, what exactly I'm doing tomorrow, and just trying to confirm, okay, can I actually meet these goals for tomorrow? And if you can't, then you can't, unfortunately. But it's also another thing to be like, it's important to be open and like in communication, like with whoever is associated with like the plans that you have in terms of like what you committed to. So like say you can't do something, it's always important to just like always stay updated with like whoever that person is or whoever you're in contact with in terms of like your plans for your agenda. So I like to always be like upfront with people. Like if I can't do something a certain time, I'm like, I can't do this. And I try not to overwhelm myself with things. And I always, like I said, try to ask for help. So
yeah, that's a really good point, that ask for help. Again, I'm going to be repeating this, but we're here for you guys. So anything that you guys need help with, we're going to be there for it. Every single EBOR member that is part of SHPE. We also have advisors and counselors here at NJIT and many other resources that can help you with your time management. If, as he said, there are some, we're not always on the best mental health that we could be in. So there are resources that you could use at NJIT that are free, that are really pretty nice to have those things that at the end of the day, they're going to make a really good outcome for you. In next sessions, we're going to talk a lot about the mental health and what are exactly all the resources that you guys have to take advantage of. So you're the best possible student and professional as you can. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you for sharing your experience, your knowledge on the stuff that you guys have, and the little tips that you gave us. And let's start with you. Do you have any last words for our members?
I love you guys, and hopefully you guys are open to join SHPE. And hopefully, you guys, if you do join SHPE, come talk to me, come talk to my amazing e-board members here. And yeah, let's create some good memories, good, successful upcoming academic year as well. I look forward to working with whoever comes into the new board, and I have a lot of hope for the upcoming future for us. So a lot of good projects, a lot of success for us. So yeah, I want you guys to all be a part of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about Rob?
Again, yeah, some of what Ann said too, hey, I'm always looking for tutors for my tutoring program. Shameless plug. If you're interested, go to SHPE, NJIT SHPE. On Instagram, go to their bio. There is a Google form for that if you're interested in participating. Again, this is weeklies on Wednesdays from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Again, we teach children's ages 5 through 18 in subjects such as math, sciences, English, engineering, coding, etc. Yeah, it's a weekly basis. If you're interested, please DM me or just reach out to someone at the NJT SHPE Instagram, and yeah, we'll get you started. Also, yeah, really excited to meet a lot of you. I feel like we don't do that enough, but we're getting there, and that's great.
Yeah.
So definitely want to meet a lot more of you at events, tabling events, professional development events, etc. And yeah, hope you guys, hope to meet you, familia.
Wait, can I do some shameless promo too for my project?
No, let's cut this.
Yes, if you want to help me in terms of volunteering for the Colton Hall collaboration that we're doing, like with the ASCE and Civil Department, please reach out to me. We need some volunteers to help fundraise for SHPE, and like I said, it's going to go towards the benefit of you guys and whatever events and opportunities that we can give you. Hopefully with this opportunity we can get it.
Yeah. All your social media should be in the description. And we have the website, we have Instagram, which is, I think, the best way of knowing all the events and opportunities that we have. And we also have the Discord, which is the best way to communicate with us. Rob is one of the main persons who runs all the Discord and it's all the time in there. So
that is true.
that's the best way to contact him. And yeah, again, thank you so much, guys, for being here, for having the time. It took a while, but we finally were able to do it. If you guys have any comments, any other tips that you would like to share with our members, please comment down below. And if you would like to having us to talk about any other topic, please also comment down below. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you,
I'll see
Oscar.
you. Bye.